Hey guys, welcome to the video. Today I'm just doing a little charity shop haul. I haven't done one of these for quite a while, really, since I started reselling, and then sort of did a couple of videos and thought, not really that interesting though, is it? But the charity shops have just recently reopened again in the UK. So me and my lovely partner Jess have been going around and we've actually found some really good stuff. It's been a lot less disappointing than it was at the end of the first lockdown, where we went around all the charity shops expecting people to have loads of clear outs and there was just not really an awful lot worth getting. So yeah, I'm just going to go through the stuff that I bought, you know, talk about what it seems to be worth, what I'm hoping to get for it, and yeah, hopefully that's going to be of some interest to people. One thing I will say though is I do wish I had actually recorded some of this. I'm still needing to get a little attachment for my GoPro so I can just put it on my bag, but you know, it's a bit of a shame that we didn't get it. It probably is one of the best charity shop searches we've ever done, so it is a little bit of a shame we didn't get that recorded, but especially since it was the first one back after lockdown, but it is what it is, you know. Anyway, okay, so first of all, while I was waiting for her to get out of work, I went to look in B&M. It's one of the things I collect is wrestling figures. And I've been tipped off this morning that this figure was in a B&M store in Stockton, which is like the next town over. And I've been after this guy for a year. So yeah, I managed to finally pick up a figure of Viscera. Brilliant figure to get, one of the old Attitude Era guys. I actually do have one of these, but it cost me something like £25.70 on eBay, and I'm exactly the kind of guy where it's like, if I can get it cheaper, which this was £18, and then try and sell off the original, then I will do that. To be honest with you, I wasn't really completely satisfied with how the one that I got looked. The hair didn't really sit right. I think there was a couple of issues with the facial features. The buttons on his jacket, I'm 6 2/3 really, they're quite misaligned regardless. But yeah, you know, much happier with this one. I'm actually really happy to get this figure, considering I did actually already have one. While I was there, I thought I may as well pick up Rick Rude as well. I was always picking this up for £18. There is a bit of, like, it looks like a bit of like paint wear on the crotch there already, but you know, at least we can say he hasn't got his robe on, so it's not stained. Anyway, on to the reselling stuff. So like the first day after that, I only picked up one thing. No, I only picked up two things. All from the same shop actually, books and clothes. In the shelter in our town centre, the books are 5 for £1, and we found quite a few sort of old ones, and this is something I was looking at getting into selling, like after the first lockdown, because I picked up a George Orwell, I want to say it was 1984, I think, book for 25p from our local charity shop, and sold it for £21.99. So it's something I wanted to get into, but didn't really have a chance. Managed to pick up one more like old book between then and now, while the charity shops were still open. But yeah, so anyway, for £5 for £1, I didn't even bother searching them on eBay, to be honest. I just went from so there's a couple of Reader's Digests. This one's The Unlikely Spy, The Outside of the Little House, and Esau. As I say, I didn't bother searching any of them on eBay because they were just so cheap. I was like, oh, I'll just give them a go. This is another Reader's Digest on the Dark Horse, still missing This Was the North and Sharp's Gold. These are from, this one is from, not seeing any dates on this, 1981 by the looks of it. It actually looks really clean for 1981, by if that is accurate. This one looks a lot older. Somehow I have a strong feeling it's not. Yeah, I was right, 1997, so that's definitely not 1981, but, you know, it is what it is. This one could be, though. This is another Reader's Digest, but it's a bit older. This one's got Rafe, Churchill, The Struggle for Survival, Here Comes the Brides, The 90 and 9, and Manfreya in the Morning. This one's from, well, it says multiple times here 1966, so I can only assume 1966. So this one is just barely younger than my dad. My dad was 1 when this came out, so that's not bad. If that is correct, of course. I always doubt myself with the age of books. I've got this little one. It's a Tolstoy story I've never really heard of. Ivan Ilyich and Haji Murad. This is in terrible condition. Like, this is, you know, it's water damaged. It's coming away from the spine. It's really falling apart. But it is Tolstoy, and it is from 1935 is the sort of the latest date I can see in that. I do struggle to work out like sometimes with the books, like whether the date is actually when it was published, but I tend to just go with whatever the last date said was if I can't understand it. So there you go. I'm hoping some not very thrifty student will get that off me. And the final thing we've got here is Golden Treasury of Songs and Lyrics. It's got like a plastic cover on it, which is nice. It seems in really good condition. It's just a book of songs and lyrics, of course, but it is from I don't know whether you'll be able to see it here. Probably going to be backwards anyway. It's from 1946. So yeah. At the end of the day, if any of these were worth picking up, they were all worth picking up because, as I say, it was £5 for a pound. So, you know, compared to another shop where you get it for £1 anywhere, or if British Heart Foundation where you'd actually be paying like a £5 or something, it's pretty good, isn't it? The only other stuff I got that day was this sort of green T-shirt. I'm just running out of shirts at the moment. Just a nice dark green colour. That was £2. Also from Shelter. That was from ASOS. And this little thing, this is Toast. This was 50p, also from Shelter. All this stuff from the same place. It's kind of like a weird material. Kind of feels like half t-shirt and half gym shirt. But I quite like wearing gym shirts and stuff during the summer, and I don't have enough of them. So I thought, for 50p, may as well pick it up. Again, running out of shirts anyway. So then we move on to sort of the second day. And I actually only picked up stuff from 2 shops. There was I think we only went in like probably about 5, but it felt like a full day considering it was only really like an hour. And you know, across the day we sort of picked up everything we'd normally look for. Like Jess got a Laura Ashley dress, some other great stuff I'll talk about later. You know, branded clothing, mostly for herself. I got figures, games, books, Care Bears, a gift for someone. I got everything I'm after, really, including a pair of shoes. I've been needing a new pair of shoes for a while. It's just something I don't really think about, shoes, to be honest. So, you know, I just kept forgetting that I needed to replace them. But saw these size 8 Lee Coopers on the shelf in Mind. £3 they were. So I thought, screw it, go for it, you know. Nice, sort of black and white. They're actually in really good condition. They do need a clean, but they're in really good nick. So they're pretty good. I just realised I didn't actually say what the books I was hoping to sell for. I haven't actually looked those up yet. So what I will do is I'll edit that into the video. So I didn't actually need to say that. And then after that, the majority of the stuff I got was in a Butterwick hospice. So the first thing I spotted was a little 25p toy tray. So you've got to have a little look in there. And the first thing I spotted in there was this Phantom Menace Obi-Wan Kenobi figure from the Final Duel 2-pack. And I was always going to pick that up for 25p. Just like I was always going to pick up the Han Solo I picked up for 20p from Leeds Market sometime last year. I also found this Transformer, which I thought was just interesting. It's got Bumblebee on the bottom of it. It's official Transformers. My friend reckons they're not really worth anything, which I wasn't expecting it to be worth like any decent amount. But I thought, like, I play a board game called Gaslands, which you tend to play with toy cars, and I thought if nothing else, you just paint the car up and then leave it sort of upside down, and it's just great terrain, isn't it? A little Bumblebee just at the side of the track or something. What else did I get? Again, another thing for Gaslands. It's just kind of like diggery type thing, like just a bit different. It's got kind of the snow plough bit there and then another one there. So, you know, Gaslands like a post-apocalyptic racing stroke fighting game. So, you know, it seemed relevant for that. I seem to have misplaced the final 25p thing. There it is at the bottom. And the final 25p thing I got was this Lewis East Limited branded Fordson 5 CWT van. This is actually a corgi. For 25p I'll pick up a corgi every day of the week. I'm not really sure what this is worth. There's one boxed for I think £8 and £3 postage. So I don't really know what I would list this for. Again, probably just going to hold on to it for the time being for Gaslands, along with the other stuff. The Obi-Wan Kenobi figure, I'm thinking probably put it up for like a $5. It's not great, but it was only 25p, so that's not too bad. And the next thing I spotted was these Care Bears. Now, ironically, I've only dealt with Care Bears once before, and it was these exact ones, just not, as I realised later, tied together. Like, I had these two individual ones, probably around the same size. I got one for 10p from a boot sale, and one for, I think, 25p, or maybe a 3 for a pound deal in a local market. Ended up bundling them. I think they went for about £15 in the end. So I saw these on the shelf, and I just leaned over to Jess and I said, I'm having those, by the way. Because this I'm rooting around in the 25p tray, and I just leaned over to Jess and I went, I'm having those Care Bears, by the way. And I realised they are actually like stuck together, and they've got a little Velcro thing to hold them together. They're absolutely adorable. They're so cute. These were £2.50. There's only one sold listing for these, but that was £20. So I'm feeling quite good with that. Even if I can get like 15, it's pretty good, you know. I'm pretty happy with that. A nice little thing. And then as I was going to the till, to pay for the rest of that, I spotted the little tray on the desk of figures. Now, they were hiding these from me, and we got some great figures. These were £1 each. First wrestler in it I noticed was this figure of JTG, which is, you know, quite a cool figure. It's quite cool to have back in the day. So I thought I'd pick him up. And then as I dug further, I discovered it did indeed have his tag team partner, which is Shad Gaspard. Really sad story. This guy actually passed away last year, probably about a year ago now. Steve and his son, they were out swimming. They got into some trouble. He's, you know, the rescue team came and he sort of gave them his son and then went under himself. Really sad story. It's the same thing that happened with that lady from Glee. I'm afraid I don't know her name, the actress name. Very sad story. But you know, there he is. It's Shad Gaspard. R.I.P. I remember I actually had a figure of him. It was in terrible condition. It was the same figure, but like the arms were just so loose and the vest top was just wrecked. I had him already listed on eBay when he died, and someone in Europe, I think it was only on for like £2 or something, someone in Europe paid something like £15 or £20 to get it posted to them, this terrible condition figure of him. It was crazy. I'm not planning on profiting off his death or anything. I'm just going to bundle the two of them for like £9.99, I think. I think the hype price for him has gone down anyway, but you know, £9.99 is a fair price for a tag team, I think. So, but for £1, I was happy to pick him up and just move him on. If I didn't already have them both, I'd keep them. But yeah, and then I spotted the Marvel Legends in the box as well, and that was cool. The first one I spotted was this, which is just absolutely ridiculous. This is a Marvel Legends Scorpion figure, and look at the size of that tail. Like, that is just ridiculous, isn't it? Like, there's no need for that. It's just madness. Now, what I did realise when I was looking at this guy on eBay is that he is supposed to have a kind of missile. But obviously we didn't have that. Don't believe there was anything like that in the box. So, you know, but I felt good about this guy. You know, I don't know much about Marvel Legends, but I thought if nothing else, I'll keep him. But no, he's actually pretty good. I was going to use him in an animation just because of that ridiculous tail, but it's actually so hard to stand up straight because of the ridiculous tail. Yeah, so I just have to have a quick look at my notes to see what he was going to sell for. So I was planning to list this guy for like £10 and postage. I think there's a fair price, and you know, up from £1, I'll do that every day as long as it sells. Of course, if it doesn't sell, then I'm not massively happy with it. But of course, if it doesn't sell, I don't massively mind keeping it. But I'm sure it'll go eventually for somewhere decent amount. The next one I spotted was Jack-o'-lantern. This is probably the most disappointing one, actually. I think he's meant to come with a glider, which obviously we didn't have. That wasn't an option. He looks really, really cool. You know, he's got great detail on his head and everything. But he's just not worth much. I think, yeah, this one was just a £10 job straight in, including the postage. So, you know, not bad, but not as good as Scorpion. And neither of them were really quite as good as I was hoping. I was hoping for more like 15 sort of area, but never mind. And the final one I spotted, this was the last one I spotted, just hidden in the bottom of the box. Was this what I originally mistook for a Scarlet Spider. It's actually Iron Spider, and he's supposed to have 3 legs on the back, which he obviously does not have, which is a bit of a shame, but it's still not too bad. I think I'll put that down as about 8 to 10. You know, so I'll probably start it off at 10, see if it sells, and if not, just price it down a bit. It was quite difficult to find that, to be honest with you. There were more listings of him without any legs than with legs, but there weren't many listings at all. So it's kind of hard to gauge, really. So that was everything I picked up from Butterwick Hospice. That was £8.50 all in for all that stuff, the Care Bears, the figures, etc. £8.50, not bad at all, you know. That's a lot of really cool stuff. And the sad thing is, on any other charity shop run, the books could have been the best thing, the Care Bears could have been the best thing, the Wrestlers could have been the best thing, the Marvel Legends could have been the best thing. Any of this could have been the best thing, but none of them were. So, you know, we're on the bus and we're like, been a good day. We've really enjoyed ourselves. We've got some great stuff. And we always go past the Teesside Hospice, just round the corner from where Jess lives. And, you know, on this day she says, hey, do you want to get off and go in? And we say, yeah. So, you know, I picked up 2 board games from there. The first one was this one from the 80s. I just immediately saw the box and thought, yeah, that's coming home with me, because it was only £1. It's called Hexagony. Because it is backwards. It was £1, and there weren't many listings on eBay. It wasn't easy to gauge, but it is unpunched. All of the stuff is unpunched. It's completely unused, so that's cool. We just sort of had to take the tape off to see if it was complete, of course, and then to our surprise, it's actually not only complete, but it's also unused. The box is a bit battered, but the lowest price listing for an unused one was £20, but there were no sold, so I'm thinking more like 15, and we'll see how it goes. And if it doesn't go, then I'll keep it, give it a go. Why not? Quite a big board game guy. After I'd picked that up, there was a Reader's Digest book, but that was £1, and I thought, if these aren't any good, I don't want to get stuck with them. You know, it was one of the younger looking red cover ones, so I was like, I don't want to end up with loads of these if they aren't very good, so I just left that. One thing I chanced a little bit more though was this, which is a game called Skyjo. It's a card game. I spotted this just sat on the desk in the children's section for £1. And it reminded me of something I've bought before where I didn't really think anything of it looking at it. I just thought that's a little, you know, probably... I don't know what's going on next door, but it sounds like my neighbours have about 4 people in the next room, just through the wall. Which is their bathroom? I thought, you know, it looks like the kind of thing that's a couple of pounds in the works, or WH Smith's or something. You know, somewhere like at Christmas time, like just where people are trying to get rid of the Christmas stock, you know. So I didn't really think much of it, but I thought, you know, just give it a little search on eBay. Consistent £12 listings. The cheapest listing of these is £11.89, and this was £1. So that was coming home with me. The best thing we found though was still in that Teesside Hospice. While I was looking up Skyjo, Jess turns to me and says, "Oh, search for William Lynch pictures, tiger or lion." I googled it, I eBayed it rather, and they were selling for like £30. And so I searched the other, and they were also £30. And they wanted £3 for each of them, so Jess had to buy them. She also got a rather nice Laura Ashley dress from the same place. and she got a little hand shredder, which is just a little daft one for a little business. She makes her own jewellery, and she likes using kind of like shredded up tissue paper, but it's a bit of a pain shredding it up when you don't have a little hand shredder, so it's a nice little daft one. We also found some really good photo frames. Yeah, it was crazy. We got such great stuff in that Teesside Hospice, considering we weren't going to go in there. And then because we went in there and we were walking up to Jess's anyway, we decided to pop in the Mind. That's just up the road from her. It is a little bit expensive in that Mind. It's definitely not my favourite Mind, but it's pretty good. In terms of location, you know, it's literally just up the road. If you ever go into the shops at Jess's anyway, you may as well pop in, you know. And again, you know, we would have been happy with Butterwick Hospice. We definitely would have been happy with Teesside Hospice. But we went in the Mind that we thought was overpriced, and we found more good stuff. So first of all, there was like a little 50p bucket. And I spotted these Pokemon McDonald's toys of Groudon and Latias. I thought my brother might want them, so I dropped him a message on Facebook, but I thought, screw it, he's not going to reply in time, we'll just buy them anyway. He doesn't want them, but they're actually not too bad. It's mostly the Groudon, but I'm going to list the two together just to make sure they both go. The Groudon looks like I can easily list for $6.99, and the Latias more like $4.99, so it's not really worth really bothering. So for about £12 together, I'm just going to put the two up for 10, and that's a £1 investment. Looking at like what, a £5 back or something. So that's not too bad. They're definitely better than I thought they were going to be, and now they're kissing. So yeah, not too bad at all. So, and the final thing I got, this is just a little gift, again from my brother actually. His girlfriend, her favourite Pokemon is Jigglypuff, and I just happened to come across this sort of full Lego Jigglypuff gift thing for £1, also in Mind, so had to get it. You know, just a nice little gift sorted for her for the future. Yeah, so great stuff. I mean, what else did we get in there? We found a Chinese sort of plate set with like, you know, like little ceramic dishes and chopsticks and stuff like that. I think it was like £7.50, but it was really nice. So we had to get that for Jess's sister. What else did Jess get in there? She got some other stuff in there too, but I can't quite think of what. Bear with me. I think the main thing she sort of got was this tree. It's like a little sort of Asian styled ornamental, I guess, just tree. With kind of like gemstones on it. And she was thinking of, and she's basically planning on using that to, you know, photograph her jewellery, because it's not dissimilar in style to the kind of thing that she makes. So it's actually, you know, I think that's a really nice idea. What I'm going to do is, for the bits that I can't really remember, like all the clothing, etc., that Jess picked up, which is mostly skirts, I'm going to include these photos at the end. It's got a great, sorry guys, flipping yous off a bit there, wasn't I? She's got a great handbag there at the back there, Bazooka brand, whatever that is. You know, using that most of the second day, because we got that on the first day. More skirts, etc. Just really, really good stuff. Some really nice sort of purple and white Reeboks at the back there. Yeah, I'll include those photos at the end of the video. But yeah, I think that's more or less everything. So, just looking back at my notes again. Between the board games and the action figures, I was looking at if the Marvel Legends sell at the top end of what they might go for. Between the board games and the figures, I reckon I'm going to make about £40 there, which is fine for me, because I mean, I'm not a big reseller, but at the same time, it's a good day out as well, and you made £40 off a good day out. It's not too bad. Even if we just make about 30, I'll be pretty happy with that. Or even if I just keep the Marvel Legends, that'll be fine too. There's probably, between the Care Bears, the Pokemon figures and the Obi-Wan, I think I was looking at another sort of £20, so I was up to about £60 when I stopped totaling that up. I still haven't run the books through, and I'm not really sure how they're going to go, but if I do look them up and then remember to do a video telling you what they're worth, you will see that guy right now. Okay, so I've just looked up the books there, and not only is it sort of as I feared that most of them aren't really worth anything, it's also quite difficult to determine what they actually might be worth. You know, there's not many sold listings, there's a lot of different variations, etc. So first of all, Golden Treasury of Songs and Lyrics. There's actually older ones on eBay that still aren't worth anything, like 1920s. That was like $5.99 job. So even then, that's not too bad. 20 pence into $5.99, it's not too bad. Shan't complain about that. The 1966 Reader's Digest, it was quite difficult to find. Like, it's in quite decent condition. So, you know, I was thinking again about £5, but with the postage this time. So about £8. We'll see how it goes. And I was basically thinking the same for the other two Reader's Digest as well. Because, again, they aren't great. That's probably the first lesson I've learned selling old books, is that Reader's Digest, yeah, they aren't great. Don't bother with those in the future. But as I say, they were 20p each. So if they do sell for like £5 and postage, then that's not too bad. So the interesting one, as I thought it might be, is the battered copy of Ivan Ilyich and Haji Murad by Tolstoy. Now, I can't find this. And I'm not the kind of person that thinks, ooh, it's not on eBay, name your price, you know what I mean? I'm not that kind of person. But what I will say is that modern versions of this, so if I show you this, show you the modern, you know, that kind of cover, selling in the £20. So we've got 3 listings of that one, £26.19, £21.10 and £26.71. And we have a slightly different one, which looks like this, just full brown cover. That's £21.33. There are no copies that look like this. There is just a Haji Murad one, listed for £17.89, which looks like it's probably about the same time. But what I can only assume is if those two stories are worth that much in modern books, then one from 1935 has got to be good, hasn't it? So I'm going to have to do some further research about that, but I mean, even if I can get 20 quid for that, that's pretty incredible. But I have a feeling there's something good here. Now, it's in terrible condition, we know that, but I think that could be a very interesting thing. So I'm going to put a provisional down of £10 profit on the rest of the books and maybe a 20 on this. So I'm going to optimistically say I'm hoping to make about £90 on all this stuff. More realistically, 70, maybe? But that's still pretty incredible, isn't it? For just a small reseller picking up all this stuff in like a day, essentially. It's not too bad at all, is it? I can't complain about that. I need to go and do some further research about this. Okay, continue on the video. But that is everything from the video. I hope you've enjoyed this. As I say, I have done reselling videos in the past, just not an awful lot of them, and charity shop hauls. It's something I do enjoy doing, but you have to be able to pick up the stuff to really find it interesting. Boot sales and stuff are probably better, and actually having sourcing footage is probably better as well. But I have really, I really enjoyed this this trip. So, you know, I hope this video has been of some interest to you. If you did enjoy it, please do drop me a subscription, etc. Yeah, I'll see you guys later. Okay, thank you for watching, and goodbye.